There are so many changes that happen in midlife that lead us into that middle life transition. I've been through, I would say, two middle life transitions now, and the most recent one was when my dad passed away. When my dad passed away, he took with him my identity and my foundation as I knew it. I completely lost a sense of who I was. He was my last parent to pass away because my mum passed away very young. She was younger than I am now when she passed away. And it wasn't until dad was gone that I realized how close I was to him. He lived right across the road from me, so he was a major part of my life. And after I lost him, I felt like I'd lost myself. I felt confused. I lost my confidence. I lost my motivation. Nothing that I loved to do for so long actually meant the same thing anymore. It was quite a weird phase to go through. A few months up before dad passed away, probably about 12 months before that happened, I'd been receiving intuitive nudges. The thing was, I wasn't used to listening to my intuition. And so what I was hearing, I was doubting. I was doubting that I was hearing. And in fact, I thought I was possibly making it up in my own mind, and it just sounded like a good idea. I also felt doubtful in my ability to make it happen. When dad passed away, that all changed because the intuitive nudges got stronger. And because of my grief and the emotions I was feeling, I decided to take up regular meditation and yoga. There were things that I had done here and there, on and off throughout the years. But when he passed away, I decided to make them both a regular part of my practice because I knew that it was a way for me to work through my grief, to be able to work through my emotions. Well, it certainly did that. I'd been holding on to a lot of emotion in my body, and even my left hip was virtually frozen. And when I started to do yoga, it started to shift that. With yoga and meditation, I also was able to really tune into that inner guidance system and begin to trust it. And when I was able to trust it and to really hear it, I could explore with a lot more clarity on what I wanted for the next chapter of my life. What I realized as I did this was that over the last 8 years, working with clients in my coaching business in a transformational way, I realized that over 50% of my clients have been women over the age of 40 wanting new direction. So why am I sharing this with you now? Well, if I hadn't have done that, if I hadn't have reached out and started practicing something that really helped me connect to my inner self, to help me hear my inner voice, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I wouldn't be reaching out and touching lives in the same way. And I certainly wouldn't be feeling like I'm on purpose. So right now I feel like I'm on purpose because everything seems to be happening with so much ease and flow. So the important thing for us to do is to start connecting with ourselves. This can be the best time of your life. You know, this can be your most amazing chapter of your life. And it doesn't mean that you have to do something really huge and make a big impact on the world. What it does mean is that you can find something that lights you up from the inside. And that could be a creative project. It could be a new hobby. It could be a new interest. It could be doing something voluntary to help people. There could be a lot of different ways. It could be new relationships. It could be a lot of different ways because we're all different. And that means that one thing doesn't suit somebody else, that we all have our own way of creating a meaningful, purposeful life. But it all begins with really for connecting to ourselves so that we can hear our intuition and then allowing ourselves space to actually explore who we are and what it is that we want. So regular practices like meditation, yoga. I think there's others like Tai Chi I've practiced, which is really awesome for this sort of thing. Qigong. There are so many different practices that help us slow down. So it's about beginning to slow down. When we're feeling that confused state, when we're in that confused state, we're confused because we're looking for the answers in our head. And that's not where the answers are. The answers that we're looking for are actually in our heart. And when we're able to slow down and connect with our heart, then we're able to hear that inner guidance. It comes through quite clearly and we're able to trust it. So it's about learning to slow our mind down so that our frequency rises, our brainwave frequency rises, so that we can connect with ourselves and hear our intuition, and then allowing ourselves space to really explore who we are and what it is that we want. This is your time for you right now. And so I encourage you to take the steps to create the clarity and have what it is that you want, and experience the life that you want and deserve. Lots of love to you.